Viewer discretion is advised. These stories are wild, unfiltered, and full of drama. Welcome to the Judgment Zone, where no story is safe. Some are messy, some are insane, and we're here for all of it. Let's dive in. I'm 14 years old, and every morning I jolt awake with my stomach twisted in knots like I'm bracing for a blow I can never dodge. My dad, once a respected manager back home, gambled away everything. His pride, his paycheck, even his truck. Now he's driving a rig that isn't even his, and I'm forced to pick him up at the end of every exhausting shift. If I'm late by 1 minute, just one, he explodes in a storm of anger so fierce it leaves my ears ringing. Every time my phone buzzes, my heart hammers against my ribs because I know it's him, and I know what's coming. On the other side of my world is my mother. While my dad rages, she just watches, detached as a stranger. But don't let that cold stare fool you. She's controlling me more than ever, molding my life into her vision of perfection, shoving me into advanced courses, extracurriculars, volunteer gigs, anything to build the perfect college application. I'm drowning in obligations, and there's no room left to breathe. I was born in the US, but at 9 we moved to my parents' home country, a harsh culture shock where I had to learn a new language overnight. Just when I found my footing, COVID crashed into our lives like a wrecking ball. After 2 suffocating years, we returned to the US, and suddenly I was the foreign kid again, struggling to fit into a place that felt both familiar and alien. My dad, jobless and bitter, took out every frustration on me. A misplaced notebook or a missed chore could ignite an hour of screaming, objects hurled across the room, words spat like venom. The worst part is when he demands my tears. If I don't cry, it sets him off even more, like my silence is a mutiny. Late one night, far past midnight, a thunderous fight shook the walls. My mom was screaming that my dad couldn't hold a job. He roared back that she never respected him. I was glued to the corner, expecting the usual shrapnel of curses and thrown objects. But then, in mid-scream, my dad's gaze locked onto me. His eyes were hollow, as if he had nothing left to give. He turned away, grabbed his keys, and vanished into the night. My heart flipped. Was this freedom at last? Would he stay gone? But a cold voice in my head reminded me, he always comes back. Teachers, friends, and internet strangers keep telling me, hang in there. It'll get better someday. But 4 years of living on this razor's edge has taught me one hard lesson. I can't wait for them to change. I have to become my own escape. School is my haven, where I can pretend, just for a few hours, that I'm a normal teenager and not some scapegoat pinned between 2 warring parents. One day, I'll break free, maybe not today or tomorrow, but when I do, I won't even glance over my shoulder. What would you do if you were me? That's a wrap for the Judgment Zone. What's your take? Drop it below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. New stories every day.